was wondering about that trad route that you have been trying in Italy, the Jacobi route. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, I can tell you something.
Okay.
I want to go back. It's cool. It's a really cool route. I couldn't finish it. I'm pretty sure I can do it, but it would take time. And in these times, it's so hard to travel. And it's also quite hard to get the conditions for that. And what people say that the conditions are the best, like in spring. And in spring, we also always have these competitions and other preparations. So it's really hard to travel for a specific route nowadays. But yeah, it depends what's gonna happen with those postponed World Cups that were postponed to October. I think if they don't happen, I'm pretty sure I'm going back. And the route itself, it's super safe for trad climb, and it's just like freaking hard. That's it.
How would you describe the crux of it? What is the difficulty?
The difficulty, it's not about the numbers, it's about the fucking friction that I cannot find there. It's like it's the red, you know. So the first crux, it's, I would say, more physical, but still like easier than the upper one. I don't know, it's about 7C boulder problem, and then okay rest, and then the red, I would say it's, I don't know, 8A plus maybe. But the thing is that anytime I came from the ground, like I had no friction in my hands. And but when I tried it with the static rope and the grigri from the top, it was like most of the time I couldn't move, and those few times that I found the friction, they felt like super easy. and what's sad for me in this story is that I know that I'm physically strong enough to do it, but it would just like, it would be a lottery to go there. Maybe next time I go there, I do it first try, or maybe I go there and I need like 100 tries. And in between these 100 tries, you know, at some point it can happen. And when it happens, these cracks won't feel too hard. And that's the difficulty for me in this route.
So the difficult, I actually just meant what is difficult about it, and it's apparently it's friction, super friction dependent, and I realize by your description that when it comes to like numbers, it's super difficult to say a number, because it's just either you can hold on or not.
Yeah, and I was talking to James to James, and he said that he's really good in this like red stuff, and that he's really good in like he has no skin problems in this case, and of course it was a bit easier for him, or he had those things that I don't have on his fingers. I don't know, maybe he's a Spider-Man, I don't know. And I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him, and I'm just sad that about the fact that I might have to spend 100 tries to finally catch this friction to climb it.
And once you finally do, it's gonna feel easy.
Unfortunately, yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because actually on the upper crux, there are like two moves that are a bit like harder, and actually the first one is not so hard and the second one is much harder. But the thing is that if I have friction, they both feel the same. So I was always from the ground, I was always falling on the first one, but I know that if I'll be able to stick the first one, then probably there will be friction for the second one as well. And yeah, I can't wait for this moment.
You'll do it, but in general, how do you feel about not giving grades to things? Like you climb something and you say it's probably the hardest thing in the world, and not grading it. Like same thing with like Espontas. Like Chris didn't give a grade to that either. Like it's
yeah. I mean, it's always hard to talk about grades, you know, because everything is so relative, you know.
Yeah.
And same in this case. But on the other hand, you know, if you're like me or Jakob or Chris Sharma, it's easy not to give grade, you know. But for example, if one of you guys would climb such a route and you would just say like, yeah, it's one of the hardest climbs in the world, like media and other climbers would take you differently. Like, yeah,
yes.
I don't care who you are. I mean, you just did something and nobody will try it or try to grade it. And at the end, maybe nobody will remember the route, you know. So in this case, I think guys should grade such things. And the only thing that we can follow is Jakob was saying that this is one of his hardest climbs, and the same year he climbed the La Rambla, I think. So if you do it mathematically, something is equal to something, then it should be like 9A plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, yet again, I cannot tell anything because I haven't climbed it yet. But to me, it feels like, yeah, it's hard. But yeah, maybe if we say like 9A, I'll be happy with it, you know. And in this case, people will know what they're trying, you know. Otherwise, if somebody just says it's the hardest route in the world, then maybe Vlade comes and he does it in 2 days, and he's like, oh, okay, I did the hardest route in the world, but what's the grade now, you know? nobody knows. So I think it should be good to like follow at least something, even though it's later upgraded or downgraded, just to give people like an idea, like what the faults are or whatever, you know. Yeah,
it's still just an idea and really subjective. So I mean, there shouldn't be a lot of prestige about it. Like if someone comes around and says no, it's easier or harder or whatever, it's just that's what it is. And especially
so it's harder, you know. So if something was 8A, and if it's harder, it's 8A plus or 8B, or I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just say it, or if not, I don't know. Then don't publish it.
What's your favorite climbing or bouldering area?
Ooh, that's not a hard question at all. Because
that's a good question. Yeah. So.
Yeah. No. I actually really like this question, because I'm happy to say that Ticino is my favorite place in the world for climbing. Yeah. Really,
I know it.
because Vladek knows it. And yeah, the thing is, they have everything. So they have like super cool bouldering, they have super cool routes, and at the end they have a thing that I haven't tried yet. It's called Parete do Sonia, and there is a route that it's longer than 1 kilometer.
Wow.
Yes.
It's one thing you have to show me there, though, because I agree with you about the climbing, but when it comes to bars and restaurants, you have to show me the best ones.
I will show you. Of course, I will show you. But the thing is that, the truth is, I love beer in general. But still, my first love is climbing. But yet again, there are places where I can take you. So
another one. Are you going for Olympics 2024 in Paris?
Yeah, if somebody breaks somebody's bones or neck or knee or whatever, then I have a possibility to go there. But yeah, no, that was it was a bad joke. But honestly, from what they told me, I don't even know if I can trust these things. But they said that if somebody gets injured before the Olympics, I could get a spot to be there.
I mean, 2024 in Paris.
Ah, you didn't say that, and nobody knows who's going there,
No, if you will
But
try.
no, I know, I understand what you mean. I just have to make a little bit of a joke about it. I don't know. Come on, that's like 3 years from now. But let's say I'm getting older, kind of. So nobody knows, and I'm gonna stop competing or whatever. But at the moment, I would like to say yes. I want to compete. Like, I want to see what's going on the Olympics. But yet again, like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I I can't help it.
No promises.
No promises.
No promises. Cool. Another question was, do you have a job?
Oof. Of course, I have a job, and it's super hard, I need to be myself.
Nice.
No, yeah, my job is climbing, so I don't have like what would normal people say, like a proper job. I don't do like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's not what I do, but honestly, I'm super happy if I get a chance to do some route setting, especially for some competitions. So if somebody says that climbing is not a job, then I say, okay, then route setting for sure is. And in both cases, I love it.
Yeah, I know you have been in Moscow lately to set up the competition for the Russian team. Yeah.
And you worked in Finland as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was also in Switzerland, right, Vladek?
Very true, yeah. Yeah, a few times.
I always enjoy it, yeah. So yeah, and this year in Moscow, it was also so much fun, and also I was helping with some international comps, and yeah, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing for sure.
Okay, and what's your hardest route and boulder problem that you did till now?
Yeah, comparing to the grades, people would say like probably Espontas, but maybe this is such a difficult question, like some things sometimes feel super hard.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do them like still pretty quick, and sometimes you have some easier things that you spend, like, I don't know, for example, now I'm working on a route which is like just 9A, and I'm having more than 60 tries on it already, and I'm pretty sure that, or I hope that in next days it's gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel quite easy. But the thing is, like, yeah, the thing is that it's gonna feel easy, but I spend a lot of time on it. And there were 9As that I sent them quite fast, but they were like kind of my style, but I still had to fight for it, but I had to fight for it in the moment, when I was there. And I was surprised that I passed the first crux and the second, and then it's like, it's so difficult to say. But for sure, my proudest ascent is, I would say, Dugirat, the 9A plus in Croatia. I did the first ascent, I bolted it, and I also spent quite so many tries on it. So that's, if not the hardest, for sure one of my proudest ascents. And about bouldering, well, I think I'll just have to go with the grades because there are few 8Cs and I'm pretty happy about them. And at the moment, I can't remember that there was like some other boulder that was like sticking out like more than others to call it like my hardest. But I can say, for example, Vecchio Leone, which is 8B, it felt like super hard for me and super impossible for me. But then again, when I stand it, it felt easy. So in this case, it's hard to say.
You call it the most difficult 8B in the world. So.
But yet again, there are 8B boulders that I cannot do, so probably they're even like harder. But anyway, I was pretty happy about this ascent, and at the end, I didn't even spend like so many sessions on it. So if you have to put it on the scale, it's difficult to grade what was the hardest.
It's obvious, like climbing is. I mean, the grades are so subjective. Like, I mean, for example, for myself, my hardest boulder for myself was a 7B, but the hardest grade was an 8A. For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's that's how it is. You know, you work for something. I mean, if you were to make the first ascent, you would give totally different grades.
Exactly. For example, this year I sent another 8B, and actually I did it like in I don't know in 2 or 3 sessions, but my first 2 sessions were like me being there, tried to hold on the wall, and I couldn't do a single move, so I just left after I don't know half an hour. And in this case, like on the 3rd session, I spent 2 hours, and at the end, like I climbed it, and it didn't feel too hard. So it's so hard, you know, to measure those things that I don't know.
It's really funny because I remember last time when we have been in Ticino and you climbed the white stripe from Nicole and you did the sit start. So at the sit start, and it's like, you know, it's really short problem, but I don't think so many people can climb it, and it looks so easy when you did it. So
yeah. For example, like I think if I would find this boulder in Slovenia, maybe I wouldn't grade it that much, you know. But since many people said it's so hard, I'm like, okay, then maybe just my style and like let it be. You know? And I'm not the guy who wants to up or downgrade too much. You know, it's if there are like 100 people saying like one thing, I don't want to like stick out for being like an asshole or whatever. You know, so
who's the best climber in the world for you?
No, it's not such a difficult question, really. Like Adam Ondra, he's really like a strong climber. He's like good in everything, and he's also like a good all-around climber. So I'm also considering myself as a good all-around climber, but still, I think he has even more like wide spectrum of qualities. So yeah, I would still say Adam, you know. But then you have Toma Narasaki, who never goes out, but on the competitions, he's like fucking good in every kind of climbing, you know. So
again, and when he goes out, he flashes 8B plus boulder. So
for example, but he never goes deep water soloing or thread climbing or big wall climbing.
Very true.
So it's difficult to scale or to rate climbers by who's the best. You know, to some people, the best climber is the one who wins all the competitions. To some people, the best climber is who solos El Cap. You know, so it's difficult to scale. But in my opinion, like the best climbers are those who can really do like many things and all the things at like really high level.
Will you be starting in Salt Lake?
I have to announce that I was so happy about the email from the federation today that I am attending both of the World Cups in Salt Lake.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it, especially in these days and this situation where like everything is so like fragile. But yes, so I'm one of the 3 Slovenian guys and other 3 Slovenian girls that are going to
Nice.
Salt.
Great news. It just means that we have to sit up all night watching climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll be over after the quali. So unless you really want to see Janja, then it's gonna be easy for you.
Do you think Janja is better than ever?
Oof. She's super strong, and like last season, so the last competition season, she just proved that she's the best because she was the best on every World Cup. This year she was quite solid in Maringen, so I'm pretty sure she's still the strongest, but she looks solid. Yes.
It's good that we're talking about Janja because I have a question here about Janja. Do you think Janja would make semis among the guys?
Oh, please don't ask me such a difficult questions. I don't know.
I didn't ask. It was a viewer.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm so sorry for the viewers, but the only thing I can say back in the days, I felt quite lucky, but I think that was like 4 or 5 years ago when Janja was still not like maybe at this very point as she is now, but she was still in the youth team. I still wasn't like winning World Cups, and I was trying those boulders that she had. I flashed all of them back in the days, and she didn't flash all of them. So it's maybe back then it would be more difficult for her, but yeah, nowadays I know that she can do stuff that not even I can do. But on the other hand, it's also true that maybe she would struggle way more on the man problems because they are like more man like, like maybe more coordinational. But I don't want to say something wrong because maybe she can win. I don't know.
And would you win the women's comp?
When I'm on the competition, I try to focus on my competition. For example, I didn't watch women semis, so I don't know how hard they were. I'm pretty sure I would make semis easily, but getting through semis, I don't know. Nobody knows.
No.
Maybe
No.
easily, maybe
No.
not.
No, the serious question about this is really like how different are the men's problems compared to the women's problems? Like, are in style, are they very different, or is it just same thing but different difficulty?
Yeah, me as a route setter, I know that for girls I would still like set quite easier, and with men I know I can try to do some new stuff that is like new dimension, and I'm still sure that there are guys who can do it. With the girls I wouldn't be comfortable with to experiment something too weird. But yet again, then we have Janja who can read almost everything. So yeah, for me it would be easier to set, or not really, but no, actually for me it would be harder to set nationals, because there's like, of course, a bigger difference between Janja and the other competitors than on the World Cups. So at some point you have to set for every girl in the country, and on the other hand you have to set for Janja. So but luckily we have some other strong athletes in Slovenia as well. Anyway.
Well, you do have some strong athletes in Slovenia. Yes, you have more than your share. Like you have too many.
Yeah. Not just in climbing, also in other sports.
Yeah. Something in the water.
Yeah, I guess.
Or the beer. I don't know.
Maybe not, because I already had some like doping controls and nobody said nothing. So, but they never took my blood, so maybe there's something in the blood.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe we should cut that out. Like.
No, you don't have to. They can. I don't hide anything. So.
So, do we have anything else, or is it cheers time and bedtime? Obviously.
Yeah, I had too many parties after Maringen, so maybe just some Netflix, and that's it for me tonight. I'm going climbing tomorrow. I still have to find a partner for tomorrow. Otherwise, again, I'll have to drive 2 hours on my own and ask somebody to belay me there.
I will be in Kilometer tomorrow, so almost there.
Maybe I should move. Maybe I should move there.
Yeah.
That would be smart. And open a restaurant.
A bar.
A bar
Yeah,
works well.
Easier.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody asked me the last time that why do you want to build a gym in your hometown? Because that's my wish. And I said there are only 2 places in the world where I want to open a gym. So it's not Ljubljana, because Ljubljana is like 45 minutes from my hometown. So either in my hometown or somewhere in Ticino. And they said, why Ticino? There are so many outdoor like places. And I was like, I don't care. I don't mind. Like, I think I will make enough money to just like be around there and climb outside. So that's my wish.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
It was great. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Hopefully next time in like at the table.
Yes, for sure. And good luck in Salt Lake. Have fun.
Thank you.
So see you soon.
See you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.